trying to figure out which is the right path for them. And I actually think that they're both extremely legitimate options. Just figuring out the use case is where I think a lot of people that I speak with are. Uh, I'm curious, Vernon, what does our favorite guy think about all of this? Like, what's Mark's vision?
Oh, what's Mark's POV on all on which particular angle?
Generally enterprise AI and how it's evolving. I'm sure we'll hear in Dreamforce, but give us a sneak peek.
Sneak peek is a lot of Slack, I think. So I think they want to try to create a Slack as the agentic OS.
Yeah.
And then have Agentforce be able to deploy Agentforce stuff through Slack. Kind of like how I described. Another thing too is ITSM or ESM. So they're what do you think? What do you think if they were to come out with an ITSM product?
I thought it was in the news, right? They've
What do you think about that?
compete with ServiceNow, because I think ServiceNow is definitely coming from that perspective. So I read that in the news recently. But back to your comment on Slack, I actually completely agree. I think evolution of in general of enterprise apps, not just Salesforce or SAP or like all of them, I think the way this is headed is that as users we are kind of gravitating towards one unified interface, which could be Claude and MCP servers or Chat GPT, or if it was Slack or Microsoft Teams, those can be, or whatever Google is. I can't even tell what Google does in the collaboration space. But whatever these interaction models are, this is where I think there is so much power. Like, we are also Microsoft ISV now, and as we are integrating and we are working with Slack also, kind of integrating and seeing how it can work. I think the user is going there, right? We have to take AI to where the user is at, right? If you're in sales and all your work is getting done in Slack and emails, that's where all the vendors, whether it's Salesforce or GPT-5 or anybody else, we have to take AI to that point of consumption and make it easier for our end users. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. But talk a little bit more about what you were saying. I kind of cut you there a little bit.
Oh no, I love that Slack business. That's long overdue in my view. Really, missed opportunity. Up until now, I think there are people in the community that aren't that happy about Slack Salesforce integration. Really, seems behind the times, don't you think? I think considering how long it's been going on, I would rather, it's going to be one of the keynote presentations will be Brad Lightfoot from OpenAI, or Lightcap, I guess. Brad Lightcap from OpenAI is the COO, and they run OpenAI on Slack. So he's going to be talking about that with Mark. Mark will be interviewing him about that, I know, in the keynote. So that should be interesting. The keynote's going to have Mark is right now running around the country doing interviews with the guy, the head of FedEx or whatever, to talk about how they're using Agentforce. So that's going to be a lot of the keynote will be them talking about that. And I think I'm hoping to see more things about the community too. I don't, it's always been my mission to try to make sure that the leadership team understands how the community is pissed off and stuff. But it's there's a problem, right? Because the whole Trailblazer community is kind of shrinking a little bit because of all kinds of reasons. Yeah. So like Salesforce, the Dreamforce never rebounded, right? attendance wise after COVID, when a lot of other shows like AWS and so forth did. So there's a lot of challenges, and I hope that they have something that's a more hopeful message for people who are concerned about workforce issues and concerned about the fact that it's hard to get a job in the Salesforce ecosystem right now.
Yeah, I think there is definitely a lot of struggle. I see a lot of open to work, a lot of posts from people who are struggling. They went in because there was this wave where it was just an incredible way to make a career, and right now a lot of those folks are struggling. So that's definitely very hurtful to see, because I don't know of a more vibrant community than the one Salesforce has created. Like, I used to work there. I absolutely love the passion people have for Salesforce and Trailblazers and all of that. And like, can you imagine somebody doing it for like an Oracle or SAP? I mean, it's just, you do not see that kind of fervor that Salesforce has been able to generate for more than a decade now.
Well, right. So it's a challenge, I think, for them to keep that up, because one thing, I mean, like, another part of my practice is to look at the DevOps space, right? And how automation is coming into things like admin tasks and release management tasks. And basically, there's a whole crop of stuff, including that, what do we call it? Agentforce Vibes.
Yes.
That just came out. That thing comes with an MCP server that does all kinds of release management tasks. So the whole way to describe it is the whole activity is being compressed with automation right now. So there's that negative factor on the Trailblazer community, and then I think AI is a factor on them on entry-level jobs, and I think also corporate downsizing in North America and EMEA probably same thing. All the growth is coming out of Asia Pac and South Asia and Japan.